In the year of 2000, the New Sudanese family fleeing the civil war was resettled in the New Hampshire in the United States of America. 1 month later, the family's baby girl fell seriously ill. She was later taken to the hospital where she went under intensive care. The doctors did a lot to detect what was wrong with her, but they couldn't figure out what she was suffering from. Some of the symptoms exhibited by the little girl was high fever and vomiting. Despite the critical condition of the poor baby, the doctors failed miserably to diagnose her illness. Few days later, she went into coma and later died. The family was so hysterical and regretted of moving to US from Egypt, where they had fled to earlier from South Sudan. What went wrong with the child? Why didn't the doctor diagnose her problem? Dear listeners and viewers of General Knowledge Infotainment, we are discussing about the disease caused by the chemical we talked about earlier in the beginning of our channel. It's lead poisoning. What is lead? How does it get into human body? How can we protect our kids from contamination of this dangerous chemical? This story is brought to you in partnership with the Home Environmental Color Engineering, an environmental consulting company specialized in industrial hygienist work. The company inspects home for asbestos, lead, mold, bacteria, smoke and soot, indoor air quality assessment, microbial and industrial consulting. If you live in the area of California, Arizona and Ohio, and you think that you need any of these services, please give us a call to a number pinned below. From the studio of General Knowledge Infotainment, I am Joachim. We'll be right back. When this Sudanese little girl was in hospital, doctors miserably failed to confirm what was wrong with her. It was a mystery case they had never encountered. Many theories were formulated, such as poisoning of the child by a possible neighbor who did not like the new family from South Sudan. However, this theory was quickly ruled out after lacking evidence to support it. Another theory was that the child may have been poisoned by other kids from the same family. This theory was rejected by the mother of the little girl, who responded to the detective that there was no way a child can poison another child. In her interview, she responded that it doesn't happen in Africa for a child to poison another child. The medical mystery and the death of this Sudanese baby brought by her mother to the land of the free and opportunities touched detectives. They felt very bad to see African family who had hope in America killing coffin to bury their little one with pain.
One of them said to me, you know, we don't have lead in Africa. In Africa, lead is bullets. You're getting shot at. The lawyer said that she had told him that if she had any idea this could have happened, she never would have moved her family to the United States. But of course, she couldn't have known. She knew she was moving them away from a danger. She just had no way of knowing she was moving them into another danger. I'll never forget the women in the group wearing their African clothes and wool hats and gloves, and they were singing African prayers as the snow came down. They probably never saw snow before. And the whole scene to me was just one of the saddest things.
After this death of the little girl, the massive investigation was launched. It was a big investigation ever. The US Investigation Office sent a team to Egypt refugee camp where the little girl lived prior to moving to US. Multiple samples of the blood and other primary necessities were taken, but nothing came out to support their theory. They ruled out any possibility, and it was concluded that if any poisoning happened, it happened in US. After blood samples of the siblings of the little girl were tested, they couldn't find anything suspicious. After an extensive testing of the little girl's blood, they discovered that it contained high level of lead. The quantity of lead in her system was 40 times the lethal dose to a child. Lead chemical in human body. Lead kills by attaching itself to the blood cell. This stops oxygen from circulating and disturbs the brain from oxygen. How did this little girl get such high quantity of lead in her system? The official investigation of the house in which she lived in was launched. After intensive lead inspection, they detected damaged lead-based paint on the balcony of the house. The interview with the little girl's mom revealed an important clue. The little girl used to spend most of her time outside playing with the toys on the balcony. This information revealed to the detectives the conclusion they had been seeking for. The little girl fed on the chips of peeling paint off balcony. She ate paint chips. This increased the lead quantity in her system. How can you prevent your child from lead poisoning? Well, the primary way is to know that you have lead-based paint in your home. Then take a protective measure. How do you know? In order to know, you can call environmental consulting company like Home Environmental Quality Engineering and request for lead-based paint survey. They will send you an industrial hygienist who will survey the premise and classify the probability of the poisoning in the house. For more information about lead poisoning, please check General Knowledge Infotainment story published on February 11, 2021. It is titled "The Danger of Lead-Based Paint in Homes to Our Kids." If you live in the regions mentioned above and you need testing, call the number pinned below to schedule an appointment. If you want to listen to the full story of this little Sudanese girl, you can search it on YouTube. Forensic Files Season 11, Lead Poisoning, Sunday's Work. We thank you for listening to our story.